Oh, I just got the notification for the stream. I guess we're live then.
We're live, yeah, sorry.
Wow, well, we are live. Yeah, I don't even have my paper or nothing. What are you looking at so hard over there?
Make sure our mouths are synced up.
Are they? I can't tell. Are we?
Pretty close. I'm just making sure. We are live. Check 1, 2, 3.
Yo, yo.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's neat. I get a wow, cool. What are you looking at so hard over there? Check that out. I get a new notification for it now from Podbean when we live stream. I didn't know that.
From Podbean?
Look.
Thank you, Podbean.
Yeah, hooking it up.
All right, I gotta start recording.
And, we are recording. I am ready.
Yo, yo. Better mute that. Okay.
All right, we ready?
I don't know yet. You know what? Fuck, I'm doing something stupid over here.
What are you doing? Not starting it?
No, I won't start it. I primed something I didn't need to prime.
The lawnmower?
No.
Carburetor? Metal?
Metal. It was metal. And the other problem is you can't kill the metal.
No. I don't remember the next one. Huh?
Many have tried, all have failed. Check 1, 2, 13.
Are you ready?
Not quite, man. I gotta make our Facebook post.
I just did it.
No, with the actual URL and everything.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
You moron. Let me give people a few minutes to get on. And I gotta put up our viewer stuff there. Eh?
Kilobytes per second.
Yes.
Yeah. 3-cam guest. 3-cam Alex. Dong. Did it.
No, with the actual URL and everything.
Oh, yeah. What do you got going on?
I was broadcasting ourselves over ourselves, man. It was some meta stuff going on there.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. I thought that was pronounced meta.
I've always called it meta. Since I first saw it when I was 16.
That rhymes with data, and that would be like D-A-T-A.
Yeah, but it's spelled M-E-T-A.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Whoa.
Meta.
Also, I went ahead earlier and updated the YouTube thing. So our YouTube or like our Facebook link will actually say what we're talking about this time.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, imagine that. Yeah, because it's been saying like Ghost for the Mandela Effect and time travel for Ghosts and everything else. So that'll be nice. Our viewers won't be confused. Man, you heard much about this protest out there? That pipeline protest?
Not a clue.
Don't you play with me?
I don't know nothing about it. Not heard a word. I don't keep up with the news so much.
Oh man, the Great Sioux Nation's fighting for all of our water, bud.
Are they?
In South Dakota, yeah, they're building that pipeline.
Well, watch out for the day you get sued.
Right. They're trying to build that pipeline through there, and the Indians are literally putting bodies in front of it. So what they did was they got their bulldozers and they took a 20-mile detour and bulldozed the sacred burial grounds of those Indians.
Jesus. Is it hot in here or is it just me?
I'm hot. Yeah, I've been hot all day. And then you know what else they did? They got a bunch of civilians with attack dogs come there and attack them. I swear, this is no joke, dude. Swear to God.
Why don't they hire the Dallas Cowboys?
Well,
in a state of irony.
The South Dakota just called in the National Guard. No, maybe it was North Dakota. Either way, they
should have called the cavalry
just to combat this protest.
Man,
it's going right through their land.
Well, I mean, it's their land.
I mean, I have to say.
What are they getting, like eminent domain or something?
They're not getting. No, they're just going. The pipeline's just going to build right through there. No questions asked.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo, Cryptozoology. All right, yeah, that's right. Okay.
To the layman, crazy animals.
To the layman? No, that's not true.
It's close.
Okay, get a refresh here. A little made a refresh. Okay, so I think that's working. Should be.
What?
The the old.
Really?
Hold on, don't say that. Be quiet.
This pod.
Oh yeah, we're good. So, you ready? I mean,
I'm ready. Yeah.
You gonna freeball the?
I'm gonna try, man. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I haven't felt like hell this week. I've been sick for like a whole week.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Let's do it. Roll that beautiful bean, please.
This podcast is brought to you by lineupmedia.fm.
I don't even have a clever picture drawn up or nothing.
Bummer.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. Brought to you by lineupmedia.fm.
The whole truth about JFK, 9/11, Area 51,
for sure.
the Illuminati, the moon landings, Jesus and Magdalene, the CIA, KGB, and AIDS, Watergate, the New World Order, Bilderberg, the MK Ultra project, the history of the world and the oppression of the human consciousness, through the truth about God, the devil, heaven, hell, and the delicate fabric of the universe.
You gotta say, I am as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a lineupmedia.fm production brought to you this week and, of course, every week by Lineup Media Group.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
This is Eric and Everett, and we are back again this week.
Yes, we are.
We are here on an odd day this week, though.
Yeah,
We're here on Thursday, and that's my fault.
Kind of late Thursday night. What's been going on with you, man?
I've been sick, man. Haven't been feeling very good. Under the weather, I guess they call it. And it's not booze related either. I told somebody that today. They're like, "Will you be getting drunk?" I was like, no, I'm
Hey,
sick. People can be sick without being drunk. What the
You're not
hell?
much of a drinker in
No, not at all.
non-drinky times, anyway.
No, I mean, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right on New Year's Eve, and that's it.
Or when, when
But yeah, so I've been sick. That's why we didn't record on Sunday. So we're going to try to get it in tonight on Thursday. And
yeah, I was told recently the show must go on, so here we go.
Right on. Well, here it is. And what are we talking about this week?
This week we're talking about cryptozoology.
Cryptozoology.
To the layperson, which is
crazy animals.
crazy animals, defined on the internet, so to speak, as cryptozoology is the study of creatures whose existence has yet to be, or else cannot entirely be, proved or disproved by science. These creatures, known collectively as cryptids,
I like that name.
I know cryptids,
That's cool.
include examples like the Loch Ness Monster, old Chupacabra, Bigfoot to the Chupa to the layperson,
Sasquatch.
and the Himalayan Yeti. There's tons more.
I mean, isn't Bigfoot, the Yeti, and Sasquatch like close to the same thing? I mean, the Yeti's white, right?
I mean, classically cartoon-wise, they were
Cartoons,
closest.
the Yetis are white.
I mean, I don't know. They're the abominable snowman.
I mean, I just looking at these couple examples that you've gave so far, the Loch Ness Monster really, really intrigued me for a long time. It took it took a long time for me to not believe in the Loch Ness Monster.
Dude, they did all kinds of searching.
I know, man.
That old lake.
Lake Loch Ness, yeah. It's back to the loch with you, Nessie.
Sonar, all kinds of stuff. A lot of people think it was like a plesiosaurus or something like that, or plesiosaur.
Oh, it was an extinct dinosaur
or something like that. Somehow
right.
cut off from the ocean and survived the last
millions of years.
That small of an environment, it survived. But I mean, I guess it's possible.
But wouldn't it be cool though? I mean, if they
it was a
discovered
plesiosaur
something
or something
like that. Like, well, do you remember whenever they first found the giant squid?
Sure.
They
The
knew
colossal
about
squid
it. Yeah, they knew about it, but they never had a
right. As
sample.
far as everybody knew,
They've
it was
seen it.
It was the classic kraken.
Exactly.
Taking down ships and whatnot.
And then that Japanese scientist, that one floated to the top. They got it, preserved it.
I thought it was a fishing boat that caught it.
Well, you know what? It might have been a fishing boat the first time,
and they
and then the second time that it was a science vessel.
Yeah, I think a fishing boat caught one, like a
Huge. It was like 35 feet long with the tentacles.
Right, and they froze it in like a big old tub, and they took it out, and they only had like a certain amount of time. Did you
know
see
what?
that?
I watched that same thing.
Anyway, that's real science. We're not here to talk about real proven animals.
I just thought it was cool though because like if they found Loch Ness Monster, it would be like similar to them finding. I'm trying to relate that as something that has happened.
Sure.
We have found this, whereas previously before we knew it existed, but we weren't really sure about exactly anything about it. You know what I mean? We didn't know its habits. We knew it delved deep in the water. I'm talking about the colossal squid again, but it would be cool if Loch Ness proved to be true.
Exactly right. Like, what if Bigfoot is just he had to be talked to, so to speak. We haven't walked up and shook his
hide and seek world
shook his
champion.
hands,
You know what I mean?
Soccer with him.
Yeah.
Hide and seek world champion.
Hide and seek world champion
He could
is
be
Bigfoot.
300 years running.
Well, Osama bin Laden held that title for a while, but I'm just going to say.
Snap, they caught up with him, though.
Yeah, they got him. Bigfoot's still the reigning champ.
Bigfoot's like, noob.
OBO.
So what other kind of cryptids do you know about?
Oh, man. I was looking at some of the show notes. Everett likes to put together some show notes for us every week, and I was looking at some of the show notes, and I was really into the last part though, what you'd labeled legendary creatures.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
That's a little.
I know.
I mean, we'll talk a little bit about it, I guess, in part 2. But no, the real ones, like for instance, what is it? The New Jersey Devil. Have you ever heard of the New Jersey Devil?
I have heard of the New Jersey Devil, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Like I said, been sick. I haven't done a lot of research this week.
Let's see. I got some research here on that. So the Jersey Devil was a creature or cryptid said to inhabit the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey in the United States, right? East Coast, if people don't know where Jersey is.
With hooves?
I hope people know where Jersey is. Yeah, flying biped.
You mean Joyzy?
Yeah, Joyzy.
Joyzy.
For the shore and all that. I don't know.
Wait a minute. So I don't mean to interrupt you. I hate doing that. But the creature is a flying biped with hooves?
That's what they say. So kind of like the devil. You know, it's the New Jersey Devil. Think about it.
Beelzebub?
Pretty much.
Wow.
That's why they call it the devil. Think about it. A flying biped with hooves. I mean, that's a good way to describe a devil, right?
Yeah, God, that's kind of crazy, man. I hope I don't ever see one of them.
The common description is that of a kangaroo-like creature with the head of a goat, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms and clawed hands, cloven hooves, and a forked tail. It has been reported to move quickly and is often described as emitting a blood-curdling scream.
Okay, so let's just be clear here. That would be fucking terrifying to see.
That reminds me of, what was it, Jeepers Creepers?
Right. Dude, think about that. A kangaroo-like creature with the head of a goat, bat-like wings, horns, clawed hands, cloven hooves, and a forked tail. That lets out blood. I'm running the exact opposite way. I'm not going anywhere near.
You're going to be sitting around out in the Pine Barrens of Jersey.
Fuck that.
What's that screech?
I'm not waiting around to find out.
Somebody goes, you think it could be the New Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
Hear that motherfucker?
No, guys, I just got out of the car. It's the Joyzy Devil.
That's Boston, man.
Oh, yeah. Mixing up the.
So we talked about old Nessie. So
Nessie needs no introduction. I just can't think of how cool it would be to find Loch Ness, because that's like one of the big ones. You know, it's like Bigfoot and Loch Ness. You know, those are like the.
Well, even when we were kids, like, remember one of the shows that really got us into screwed up stuff when we were kids, Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, they had like 2 or 3 episodes.
What's that guy's name? John Walsh.
No, that was Unsolved
America's Most
Mysteries.
Wanted.
Yeah. What was the guy? Robert Stack.
Yeah, that's it. Robert
He was an
Stack.
actor, though. He was in Airplane.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a comedic actor, actually. It's weird that he did that role.
He did a voiceover in a movie for something.
He's got a
Basketball. That was actually him, because it was a. It was like a.
Oh yeah.
What's he say? Joe Murray. Yeah, Joe Cooper. Yeah, Joe Cooper. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Loch Ness Monster. Huh? So what about the Himalayan Yeti?
Yeah.
Or, AKA the Abominable Snowman.
Like you said, it's very similar in Bigfoot and in the story-wise. It's a biped, ape-like cryptid. Taller than the average human. It's said to inhabit the Himalayas over in like India, Nepal, Bhutan. Tibet. The names Yeti and Mete are commonly used by the people in the area to, you know, it's
also Tibetans call the Yetis Mete.
Apparently that's what I'm seeing on the interwebs. I haven't been over there and talked to anybody.
Oh, you haven't been to Tibet lately?
Well, I was thinking about stopping through Nepal and, you know, stopping in at the local
I was going to go talk to some monks.
Yeti stand.
Oh, and get you some souvenirs.
Yeah, something like that.
Get you a Yeti claw for your a Yeti foot for your keychain.
Though, I can believe a mountain creature more than I can believe a wooded creature. You know, I don't know. I just have an easier time believing something could live up in the caves up in the mountain.
Have you seen those goats that like on the?
Yeah, I've seen them in person. I was in South Dakota.
You've seen the goats that stand on the side of the walls like that for real?
Totally, for real. Seen that.
Did you get pictures?
Several. I'm sure April's got tons of pictures.
Dude, that was cool. I seen a video on that the other day, and
that
I'm
was
like,
in the Badlands. You ever heard of the Badlands? We were talking about those Indians in South Dakota. That it was right there.
Those things literally like are just using their head to hold on to the side of a mountain.
Well, somehow they catch footholds, but
I couldn't tell you, man. That was. Did you ever see the video of the eagle pulling the goat off the mountain?
No, that's pretty crazy.
Oh, it was gnarly. Anyways, sorry, back to Bigfoot. I didn't bring that one up.
No, it was back to Yeti, but Bigfoot's the same difference.
Yeah,
Bigfoot, though,
Bigfoot's like the American incorporation of this myth.
Right, generally from like the Washington, northwestern area, even Canada, maybe
yeah,
even Alaska
wooded areas. See, that's the difference in
the
like
Great Northwest.
In like the Yeti's more like a or abominable snowman. It's more like a polar bear type of a you know what I mean? It's cold weather, white fur. It's allegedly it's cold weather, white fur.
If anything, it's like a great white snow ape.
A great white. I would never call it
Snow
a bear.
gorilla? A bear, really?
I don't know.
Bears
What would
are
you
generally, bipeds.
They could stand and walk on both legs.
Yeah, circus bears, and I guess they could do it to get up to the the beehive like Yogi does. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never owned a bear.
I owned a bear, but it was totally off the books, and I never actually met the bear. It's a whole.
So you would
story.
consider a Yeti more close to a gorilla than a bear?
I would say it's definitely simian in nature. You know,
Harambe
what I mean?
would be pissed.
What is it with you and this Harambe?
Those memes are just too good.
I mean, okay, sorry, breaking in
They're
here.
just too good.
Okay, so Harambe was the gorilla they shot that had that
At
kid.
the Cincinnati Zoo, yeah, he drug that little boy around the enclosure.
What do you find funny about that?
It's not funny about the situation, but the memes are just killing. They're just too good. They're too.
Give me an example.
Okay, so Steve Irwin standing at the pearly gates, going, "Welcome home, big fella." How is that not hilarious?
I guess so. What's the context? I mean, it's just Steve Irwin. He loves animals, and
yeah,
it's
it's
Harambe.
just
They killed him. It's fun. Oh,
Dank memes, bud.
I don't know. What else you got on Harambe?
Yeah. Well, he's not a Yeti. He's not a Bigfoot.
No shit. He's like a
No
silverback.
cryptid. Yeah. Did you know that the
Silverback's
statue outside of the St. Louis Zoo is Harambe's brother?
I did not
Was
know
killed by a poacher. They were brothers. Harambe was going to Cincinnati. That gorilla was coming to St. Louis Zoo.
that. Coco or whatever.
Is that what it was?
No,
I don't know.
God, no.
But anyways, got killed by a poacher, so they put the statue there instead.
Amy, sorry. Remember that Congo?
Yeah, Congo. Yeah, gorilla bad.
So there were some very similar, like, think of the gorillas in that movie, though. You know what I mean?
Dude,
It's
those
just-
could totally be cryptids.
They pretty much, well, I mean, they're in a movie, but if, all it takes is something like a legend in an area to say, hey, there's these great white apes out here that, man-eaters don't go into Solomon's forest or whatever.
I mean, it could just be like over-evolved apes. I seen a thing.
Over-evolved apes, that's us.
Right. Well, I seen a thing on.
Some of us.
Not very good, but I seen it on Facebook, and I actually checked into a couple articles about it. That 4 different big regions have said that apes are now entering the Stone Age, and I was kind of like, "What the hell are you saw? Wait a minute, what?" And it's but they've like all evidence that these apes are entering the Stone Age right now.
I've seen it. They're using tools.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they're just mini humans.
I don't know. I mean, they don't really have language yet. We had language by the Stone Age, at least.
Talking about that one gorilla could sign like 48 words.
Yeah, I guess you got me there. I guess we don't know their language yet.
We don't know their language, but we can't pretend to say that they don't have one.
I can't pretend to say that they do.
They've got to have some form of communication.
Sure, but it doesn't mean language.
That brings me
Language
to
is
another
way
point.
structured,
Here,
sir.
what about this? So what if there is these sort of cryptids? Don't you have to reproduce with another Yeti to be able to make more Yetis?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem too with a lot
You know
of
what I
these-
mean? So
with
like
a lot of
there
these,
has to be more than just one. It
That
can't
was
just
my
be
point with Loch
Bigfoot.
Ness.
Loch Nester, huh?
that's Loch Ness's old man.
Oh, Loch Nester. Yeah.
Nessie and Nestor.
Yeah, the older one.
Right. Well, my point is, like Loch Ness, that's a small, I guess, relatively habitat for a creature sustained. Like if it was supposedly a dinosaur left over.
Yeah, it's supposed to be huge.
So apparently that has sustained an entire reproducing, ecosystem of these animals for 60-something million years.
That's what I'm saying.
Without
So-
them getting like way too many or dying out for whatever reason.
Right. Or maybe they're eating each other or something. I don't know. But I would think that you'd have to have 2 Yetis, 2 Loch Nesses, 2 Chupacabras.
Takes 2 to tango, Pally.
I mean, I know a lion and a tiger can mate and make a liger, but that liger's sterile.
True.
It's the same thing with the donkey. When a horse and a horse and a donkey mate, they make a mule, but the mule is sterile.
I got bit by a zonkey, which is
Wait,
half
what?
zebra, half donkey.
No, you didn't.
I swear. Me and April were at one of those drive-through safari parks down in southwest Missouri. And they used to, that we went again, and they don't allow it anymore.
You bit him?
I didn't bite him.
You should have bit him back.
I thought about it. I was in pain. Anyway, they let you buy food, and you can feed the animals out the car door.
Oh, that's such a bad idea.
Well, no. I guess it probably would have been a good idea had I bought it. So I lure this
Karma.
zonkey over to the car window, going, "Come here, buddy."
With Cheez-Its or something?
Empty hand.
Oh, you're a dick. No wonder he bit you.
He
You
gets
had
there.
that coming all the way.
I reach in my hand to he's all the way over here. So he sticks his hand head in the window of the car and lip bites me real hard right on the belly. Gives me a big old bruise. He was
I'd have
pissed.
punched him.
April's got pictures of it and everything. It's funny.
I'd have punched him. It's a zonkey?
A zonkey, half of that.
Damn zonkey.
That's
Sounds
not
like a zombie
crypto, though.
donkey.
That's real science.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. So, like, even if the Yeti was mating with a regular gorilla or a bear or whatever,
Sure.
chances are that the offspring would be sterile. So that would stop the line right there. You know what I mean? So this is kind of a hard one. That's why this is crypto.
Crypto, huh?
Yeah, because
I always thought of crypto more like, like mystery. You know what I mean? Cryptic puzzles.
I mean, what are we talking about
Well,
here?
I guess you're right.
Mysterious creatures.
You got me there.
Mysteries, you know.
Yeah, you got me there.
What about the Mothman, man? I saw that movie, The Mothman Prophecies, about 10 years ago. And
See,
it
I
was
never
pretty,
saw that.
It was pretty decent. It was kind of slow at the beginning, and it was kind of weird at the. You know what? The movie kind of sucked.
Did it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, apparently though it's Point Pleasant, Virginia. It was cited in
Virginia, I thought it was
'66,
Massachusetts.
right? No, it's Virginia, at least from my research.
No, you're right. It is Virginia. I just thought it was Massachusetts.
Oh, you dumb bastard.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's apparently a large winged creature.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's just like a little bit bigger than a man. It's not a winged. It's like a humanoid winged creature. That's why it's called
Right.
the Mothman.
And there was only like a handful of sightings, I believe.
Yeah, but
What was the prophecies? I have no fucking clue what the prophecies are. The Mothman shall return.
It was that movie was about like the future. It was. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm telling you, it wasn't really that good. I don't even think the prophecies had anything to do with it. I think it was just a story of the Mothman.
Was there a Mothman ever in the movie?
Yeah, but you didn't see him. It was like
It's like Blair Witch?
Yeah, it was not really. There you saw a shadowy figure. I mean, it wasn't very good. They should make a new Mothman movie and get Steven Spielberg to direct it or something.
New Mothman, huh?
Yeah.
Let's
Here's
see.
a good one. I was looking at this on the show
Hit it
notes,
up.
and I really like this one because this is real close to home. The Piasol bird. For those of you that don't know, Piasol bird's about 20 minutes from us, and it's a Native American dragon.
Well, the Piasol Monument, anyway.
Well, yeah, right. So the bird's not here. Yeah, we got him in a cage at the house. The Piasol, he's fucking huge.
Hey, you heard it here, folks. You want to see a real live Piasol bird? Come on down
20
to
bucks.
Surreal Talk headquarters.
$20. Come on down to the studio. We got a Piasol bird
40
in a
will let you
cage.
take your picture with it.
Yeah. 50 you can feed it non-existent food
No,
and
but
see if it bites you.
The Piasol bird is a local legend. It was the Illini Indians apparently, or something like that, right?
Yeah, they
there was a giant let's see.
it's like a dragon creature. I mean, we know what it looks like. I mean,
you people need to Google Piasol bird or the Piasol.
it's on the bluffs
straight
in
up
Alton.
the Piasol.
It used to just be a painting.
Well, there's a painting, yeah. Now there used to be a painting that was done by the Indians, and they put up like a big fiberglass.
Yeah, it's like a
recreation
board
of it.
or something.
Yeah,
I
and
thought.
they painted on top of it. Then they moved it. I guess it was an unstable area.
It's okay.
It's about
so
a mile closer to Alton now, down the river road.
the first site was the best site, but it wasn't.
Sorry, we didn't even explain the site. The site of the monument that the Indians did is on the river road in Alton, Illinois, between Alton and Grafton. And the river road, so to speak, it's right on the Mississippi River near the widest part of the river, the whole chain of the river, right?
Yeah, if you're going what is it, south, the left hand side of you is all river, all the way down. You know what I mean? So that's why they call it the river road. But
there's giant bluffs on the right, and that's what the painting was on. They're 200-foot tall limestone bluffs.
Limestone bluffs, yeah.
40, 50 miles.
Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about all the way down the river road?
Yeah.
For a long way. I don't know.
And anyway, the Indians, a couple hundred years ago, painted the picture of the Piasol bird. To
Well, the
commemorate.
legend was, and I know you remember Grandpa Williford telling us this. Him and his Indian buddies shot down the Piasol birds with bows and arrows. Yeah. So that's that little island off to where the smokestacks are right up across from Piasol Harbor.
Of course.
That's the island that they shot the Piasol bird down
Supposedly, yeah,
on.
they shot it from top to bluffs. The Indians
exactly.
did, yeah.
So
they used to come and
it's a
children,
big
they
legend
said.
around here, yeah. And we've been going to see the Piasol bird monument for 30 years.
Well, it was a
since I was a kid.
Field trip when we were kids.
Right. I mean, it's a big part of the local I don't know what you'd call it, cryptozoology around here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you included the Piasol bird in that one. Let's kind of describe it to him though. It's like a
good lord, it's got like a face kind of a
if you go
lion.
by like the size that's on
got
the rock.
deer antlers.
It does have deer antlers.
It's got a 12-foot long tail, like a reptilian type tail, but it's skinny with like spikes on the end of it.
Like a Stegosaurus's tail.
Similar, but it's like
it's
a
not
segmented tail, right? It's like a skinnier segmented tail with spikes on the end of it. It had like eagle-like talons, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess if you were to go by the size of the
it was long body
painting,
too.
it was like
it almost looked like
30
Mammalian
feet
bottle.
long, huge.
Well, I don't know that it was 30 foot, but I bet it was a good 15 to 20.
Well, I mean, looking up at that painting, man,
You're looking up right now as memories of an 8-year-old.
Right. It was huge.
Yeah.
I think a Piasol bird come down and like snatching you up with them eagle's claws that it's got. That'd be crazy, dude.
Why isn't there any video on YouTube of a Piasol bird attack? I wish.
No, they keep deleting it, man.
No.
You can't have that shit out there.
But do you remember thinking that the Piasol bird really didn't look like a bird at all?
No, kind of looked like a dragon to me. It
had no beak.
No,
it had no snout.
It had a weird face.
Yeah,
it was like a.
Well, the painting of it's like front on, so it's hard to tell if there's any kind of depth.
Yeah, there's no profile on it, so it's just like
It's like looking at Beavis
It's the
from
weirdest
the front.
thing.
Remember,
It's
like
weirdest-
you
yeah.
watch Beavis and Butthead, you'd always see Beavis from the side until you seen him from the front. He was really weird looking.
Yeah, so it's like the body of it is this way, and then
And
the
he's,
head's
like,
right here, but it's facing.
Looking to his right or whatever.
Yeah. So he's like this.
It's like, oh shit, I've been caught.
It's that was a pretty cool one though, man. I remember the pie-saw bird. I like that one.
Indeed. So what about Chupi, the goat sucker, El Chupacabra?
Chupacabra, huh?
Yeah, that's primarily a southwestern. Yeah, I don't have that on the notes. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have it on there?
No, that's primarily like a southwestern, northern Mexico type
I've heard of the chupacabra multiple times, and it's it's actually in a lot of movies, and it's pop culture. Honestly, chupacabra is like one of the more popular cryptids. You know what I mean?
I mean, they say it has like gray skin and hairy arms.
It's like a dog size, but bigger, a little bit bigger than a dog.
Right. I mean, they've showed pictures, so quote unquote, on the internet that look like a shaved dog, kind of like with maybe a manged out dog.
Yeah, like a mean fox that's huge.
But it doesn't have any hair on, on any part of its body or head. It's supposed to have large, glowing red eyes. It's supposed to hop about like a kangaroo.
Oh man.
Yeah. They say it's about the size of a chimpanzee, which is.
But I've heard that they're like super vicious too. Like they're like just like vicious animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all the accounts of. Oh, I seen a chupacabra tore my dog's leg off.
But the big thing that's interesting about the chupacabra, it started mostly in the 70s, but it was real big sightings in the late 90s. So
really?
It's not even that old, 15, 20-ish years. You know?
Yeah, this is a fairly new cryptid.
Well, it's not that it's so new, but there's been way recent sightings. I mean, sure, there's sightings of Bigfoot all the time, but there was like for a while there in the 90s, there was a rash of Chupi sightings. So that's pretty
Chupies.
nuts.
I like how you call them chupies.
Hey man, it's just Chupi.
What about like fairies?
Fairies?
Yeah,
Is it?
you know, I follow all those like crazy pages on Facebook.
Well, that's
and-
almost legendary, sir.
Right. Well, I follow all those crazy pages on Facebook, and I seen something the other day that was like, found a real life fairy, and the guy's holding it in his hands, and it's a humanoid little thing with wings, and it was bullshit. But I always think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen there's all kinds of weird pictures of fairies.
My mind just wants to believe in shit so bad. It does, and sometimes like logic takes over and pisses me off, and then I can't believe in something, but I really want to.
Have you ever heard of the Ibu Gogo?
Who hasn't? No, not
No,
at
this
all.
is an Indonesian one. It's like a short and hairy type of little humanoid-looking creature. They got real big noses. They say like they mimicked words of people. So this is more like an indigenous type of pygmy creature almost. I don't know. Anyway, they found some skeletons that were like supposedly a different species of human and.
Oh yeah, that's been all over the world.
Right. There's all kinds of uncontacted tribes too. There's pygmy tribes too, in like New Guinea and whatnot.
You can't call the indigenous people pygmies,
Well,
man.
if they're 3 foot tall, that's what they call them. I thought.
Not at all. That's like a not racial slur, but more like an insult to say pygmies.
Well, it's not like I'm
The
saying they're.
pygmy people.
I'm not calling them like midget, which isn't a bad word in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't look at them as derogatorily any which way.
Negative.
So there's all kinds of others. Have you ever heard of Bear Lake Monster or the Beast of Bray Road?
A beast of burden.
The Beast-
Stones.
That was a good song.
Yeah.
The Dover Demon.
The Dover Demon. No, that sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I got names of ones from all over the place that I did not have the time nor the inclination to completely look up.
Minotaurs.
Ooh, the Wendigo. Did you ever hear about the Wendigo?
Uh-uh.
So if memory serves correct, it's like a Yeti type creature. It's Canada though. It's Canada's Yeti.
Oh, okay.
But it's got sharp claws. It's kind of a type of creature.
All right. Well, so why are all these creatures vicious and violent?
I don't know. Did you ever
why
see
can't we
Harry and
have any-
Henderson's? And
Yeah.
Not to get ahead on the pop culture, but
Harry and Henderson's was a great movie. Nice Bigfoot, very calm, well mannered. I mean, yeah, Harry and Henderson's was a great movie.
it sure was.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. Yeah, they were too nice to that guy. I think it also had one of the guys from was it Don Amici? He was from Cocoon.
Cocoon. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's been a really long time since I've seen Cocoon.
So apparently there's something also called the Oklahoma octopus. That sounds interesting.
Yeah? A skunk ape.
Yeah, that's another word for Bigfoot, more or less. Well, another
Oh,
type
really?
of Bigfoot, yeah. The Snallygaster.
The Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Sure, of
The
course.
Dover Demon.
Um,
Man, there are so many of them.
I remember there was a movie our stepdad used to like. It was called The Legend of Bogey Creek.
Uh-huh.
It was about like a Tennessee or like Smoky Mountains area type of Bigfoot type creature.
Yeah.
That was more like a documentary. So
They've done a remake of that.
have they?
Yeah, The Legend of Bogey
Yeah,
Creek.
but I bet they didn't give it the same treatment as the original. I watched that original, and it wasn't great to watch.
Was it
by any
compelling?
means. It was almost like a slow hillbilly documentary. It's
Really?
like, Saturday on the bog, we waited. 10 years for that creature to show his face again. Yeah, I don't know something.
I mean, you could consider like Trump's hair cryptid. I don't know, that thing's got a mind of its own sometimes. You ever seen him in the wind?
Oh man, his hair needs its own. I don't know, definitely its own genus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a species or something.
For sure, it's alive.
What else we got here? There's something called the ninjin, which is a
Ninja. Yeah, I've heard of ninjas.
not ninjin.
Oh.
Ninja. It's the ninjin. It is it's a cryptid from Antarctica.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of weird looking, frog looking humanoid inhabiting the waters around Antarctica. They supposedly are white in color with an estimated length of 20 to 30 meters.
Jesus Christ, that's like 60 feet long.
Yeah, that's crazy. 60 to 90, 100 feet long. That can't be right. There must be some sort of...
They're cousins of Nessie.
Because those are giants, man.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
They're taking over...
Submarines
wow,
and shit.
The supposed picture over here looks like a giant ghostly figure and not even frog-like at all. I don't know.
Is the name Rasputin?
Okay, so here's some possible explanations for this one. It's an albino whale. I was totally wrong on the frog thing. It's an unknown species of giant aquatic non-human ape. Giant aquatic. Is there any aquatic apes that we know of?
Wait, what? What side are you on?
This is the Cryptids Wikia.
Wow.
Like cryptids. Here's the website. http://CRYPTIDZ cryptids with a Z.
Oh yeah, edgy.
Wikia WIKIA.com/wiki WIKI/ninjin with a capital N, which is capital NINGEN. Not to be confused with Tenjin, who used to make video games when we were kids. Remember that?
Oh yes,
like
Tenjin.
Gauntlet.
I
Anyway,
do.
moving on. Or it could be a species of giant manta ray. Somebody's saying anyway.
I seen a
20 to 30 meters though.
yeah, I seen an albino orca.
A killer whale that was all white.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
but I mean that's not 30 meters long though. Those are only like 20 feet. You know, they're big, but they're not 30 meters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call poo poo.
Poo poo, nonsense.
There's a lot of interesting.
Hogwash.
There's a lot of interesting pictures of this cryptid though on that website.
Really?
Yeah, it almost looks like a mer person. One of these drawings here. I saw an interesting video again off topic the other day of a guy who, you ever seen those, like the single fin apparatus you put on your legs, you can jump in and swim kind of like a dolphin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
It's more like a mermaid thing, right?
Yeah, well this guy jumps in the water with a bunch of dolphins, right? And they absolutely lose their shit. They're like, "What is this human doing?" They all get up close to him like, "What are you doing?"
Really? Because he has that thing on his
It was
legs?
nuts. But I wanted to postulate too, and this brings me to another cryptid, that they were mostly confused because they were like, "What the hell? I thought we wiped out the last of the mer people,
Yeah.
eons ago."
Wait a minute. How did he survive?
For real, how did this guy get here? Mer people though, mermaids, mermen. That's another
cryptic as shit right there.
cryptid as shit.
Cryptid, yeah, not cryptic. Yeah, but that is. I mean, mermen, mermaids. That's like can't be proven, but everybody thinks.
Right. I mean, you used to hear all
Hell,
the time.
Discovery Channel did a documentary on the possibility of mermaids being alive, or was it Discovery or History?
Does that count more like a legendary creature? I would say it's more like a cryptid.
I think so.
Because, I mean, we're not likely to find it,
No, probably not.
but I wouldn't say it's like a vampire or a werewolf.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
say
somewhere
that.
in between. I give more credence to Bigfoot than I do the mer people, but I give the mer people more credence than I do vampires.
Okay. Who would win in a fight? Bigfoot or vampire?
Well, I mean, a vampire. You'd have to think, right? Vampires are like bloody fast and strong.
Yeah, but what do we really know about Bigfoot?
You got me there. Bigfoots are blurry.
He's got big feet.
They're tall, blurry, big feet.
Tall, hairy, and blurry.
That's right.
They could move fast as shit.
They
They've never
have-
been pictured.
They have no set defined edge.
Yeah, right. Or no set defined region on where they're located
Let's
either.
see what we got here. We got a huge list of these things. I'm just pulling ones out and starting to just Google stuff. I'm such a shithead for not having this all done.
The Kraken.
Well, that's more of a legendary, like mythical from like what, Greek mythology?
Yeah, that's the Kraken was the big octopus that would fight whales, right, and take down ships.
Yeah, that's like the sea creature version of the Kraken. But
Right.
there's the Kraken from like the mythological. He was a Titan.
Oh, I'm not
Remember-
familiar. Yeah,
Didn't you ever see the Clash of the Titans movie where they were like, release the
guy with
Kraken?
the curly hair.
Yeah,
down to here.
Perseus, man, he was a pimp. Oh, you just chopped off Medusa's head, didn't you?
I sure did, man. That's what he did.
Medusa, there's a legendary one. Man, I think we're going to just chop this into one big long episode here.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
So, That gives us a lot more freedom here.
Sasquatch likes one episode.
Sasquatch likes one episode.
Sasquatch has thing to do. Has meeting with cousin Yeti.
So since we're rolling it all into one, that means like any type of pop culture is fair game now. I love it when we change the rules halfway through.
Oh, I know, it's great.
So
Leprechauns.
Leprechaun, top of the morning to you.
Those are a cryptid for sure, dude.
What about?
We're never finding a leprechaun, but leprechauns, would that be fucking nuts if they were really leprechauns?
Depends on which kind of version of leprechaun we could talk to.
Small little guy that's got a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Well, hold on now. Let me give you 2 examples of leprechauns, and then you tell me which one you like more.
Oh, okay.
I want my Lucky Charms back, you little bastard children. You know, he's pretty innocuous. You're not going to be afraid of that guy. You might even be like, I stole your cereal. Give me my fucking gold back. I'm the leprechaun.
I'm the leprechaun.
I'm the leprechaun. Warwick Davis, remember the leprechaun?
Yeah, dude, that leprechaun was scary.
Dude.
They made like 5 of those movies. The last couple sucked.
Leprechaun in Space. Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood. Leprechaun Christmas.
You know who had her start in that movie? Jennifer Aniston. Was in the original Leprechaun.
Wait a minute, she was. And wasn't there some kid that liked her in that movie too? I can't really. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
I'm not going to go as far as say you should rewatch Leprechaun. Was it a bigger kid?
Kid, yeah, I can't remember. I think he liked that girl. I think he was like half.
I think you're maybe confusing Horace from
Friday the 13th Part 5.
Monster Squad.
Oh.
Remember Wolfman's got nards. That one.
Monster. Hey, there you go, man. That's a bunch of cryptid. Well, Wolfman's really
back
not
to
cryptid.
Irish leprechauns. What about banshees?
That's an Irish
ghost
thing.
Or cryptid? It's not a cryptid.
We covered that in our ghost episode.
It's more like a legendary creature.
Yeah, we covered banshees in it.
Did we do?
Yeah, banshees were a type of ghost. It's a class 2 free flowing
vapor
apparition.
Yeah. Raymond stands here, folks.
Oh man! So what about the? What about the huge shark that they think went extinct? The megalodon.
Oh, megalodon.
Yeah, that they're saying that might still be around.
I don't know. A shark that big, you're gonna have a lot of evidence. You know what I mean?
Huge.
It's not like he's gulping down everything he eats.
No, he's eating great whites.
Well, if you look at the evidence of like even how great whites eat, you see the fuckers eating on whales like they're feeding frenzy on a dead whale floating on top of the thing. You see them.
Uh-huh.
You know, they go where the big food is, and the big food isn't down deep.
Right.
So I mean, whales go down deep. Don't get me wrong, but
Plankton. Whales open their mouth. Well, certain whales, and they just go through the water and collect big mouthfuls of plankton, and they
filter eaters or
exactly.
Whatever. Right? I don't know.
So yeah, that would be a crazy one though. The megalodon, megaconda.
But speaking of something similar to megalodon, which is a unreported extinct creature, you know what I mean? Because it was real.
Right. It was real. Yes.
Coelacanth. Have you ever heard of the coelacanth?
Never, not once.
Man, see, this is a real life version. Coelacanth. I gotta Google this stuff. I don't remember how to spell it.
Never, not once.
It's spelled COELACANTH. I remember seeing I think it was a Discovery, and don't hold that against it, a Discovery documentary on the coelacanth. It's an ancient fish. It's like, a couple 100 million years old or something. I don't know exactly. Thought to be extinct, but somewhere, let's see if I can find a date. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out. 1938, apparently, they found a specimen off the coast of South Africa. They thought millions of years extinct, still alive.
You know, I just read an article. There's a few actual animals that they thought were extinct that have came up recently.
Sure, and that's exactly cryptozoology, if you ask me.
Yeah, that they thought were extinct, but they're still alive.
No, it's not like that, because Bigfoot they never thought was alive, and then it was extinct.
Yeah.
Kind of a branch of crypto. So let's go back to the very beginning of the episode of something I should have said. There's a guy named John E. Wall. He was a cryptozoologist, and he's the one who coined the term cryptid. And then there was another guy, George M. Eberhardt, who classified the 10 types of mystery animals that are under the zoological umbrella, right? Or the cryptozoological umbrella.
Yes, sir.
So he says, here's the rules for being a cryptoid. You got to have distribution anomalies, like, or something that has a distribution anomalies, like animals outside of their normal range, e.g., big cats or giant rodents or big birds, something just way bigger than it normally should be. I made that seem like it was like where they live, but no, it's like rodents of unusual sizes from
outside their normal range of
what was that movie?
Growth.
What was that movie? Princess Bride. Rodents, ROUSs.
Oh gosh, those rats were huge in the swamp.
Right, that's an example of something that could be a cryptid. Let's see.
Undescribed, unusual, or outsized variations.
Yeah, that's almost the same
species.
thing. Giant anacondas or spotted lions. So just weird variations of things that we know.
Yeah,
exist.
A lion that looks like a cheetah.
Right, or something like that. Yeah.
Right. An ivory-billed woodpecker.
Yeah, that's a survival of a recently extinct. So I guess it is under the recently extinct species. That's exactly what we're talking about with the coelacanth. So apparently George M. Eberhardt, who classified the 10 types of mystery animals, says that counts.
The Tasmanian tiger, I've heard about that.
Dude, the thylacine.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie The Howling?
Oh yeah.
I think specifically The Howling 4 went, deep into detail that there was a group of werewolves that were, or I guess thylacines that were just coming down from the old Tasmanian tigers. It was pretty weird. But yeah, the last one died in a zoo in 1936.
The last thylacine or whatever.
Thylacine.
Thylacine.
Yeah. It's
Tasmanian tiger.
Yep. Which is pretty crazy. There was something else called Stellar Sea Cow, which I guess is a big manatee. Oh, I think I heard about that. I'm pretty sure this is the one that was in northern Europe. God, I really hope I'm not wrong and sound like an asshole. But so what if I am? Screw you. It was just a sea cow they just hunted to extinction. Basically, just overhunted it.
Assholes.
Well, freaky deaky Dutch, man.
Yeah, if you're hungry, you're hungry.
Let's see. Survivals of a species known in the fossil record. That's similar, in my opinion, to the coelacanth thing. Lingerling, survivals of a species from fossil record. Again, this is weird. This guy keeps
he's hitting
it's the same thing over and over. But like the woolly mammoth, I guess, is more what he's talking about there. So something that we thought recently, real recently extinct. So I guess any types of saber-tooth tiger
they were presumed extinct in 12,000 BC, but we've actually later discovered that woolly mammoths had survived longer past 12,000
Right.
BC.
Well, in like small, like on this island, they lived, up to 5,000 years ago.
Right,
or
right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who say, what if the dinosaurs lived on an island for,
In Jurassic Park?
Well, not that. I'm talking about survive the whole 65 million years. It's their own Jurassic Island, more or less.
Right.
We would have found that island, I'm so sure, by now.
How do you know, though, man? What if it's in the hollow earth?
Well, you laugh, but I've been looking into that hollow earth.
That hollow earth's nuts, isn't it?
It's pretty crazy. We did a show on it, and I kind of want to re-go back.
We got to redo Flat and Hollow, man.
I was talking to a guy, too, on email. He suggested we look into, did you hear about, what's his name? Putin?
Oh, yeah. The assassination attempt?
Apparently.
Have you watched that video?
I haven't yet. What happens?
So it's just like a CCTV video of like a highway in Russia. And apparently Putin had got wind of this assassination attempt and decided not to go in that car. But this was his favorite driver that got killed.
What? He sent his driver instead?
Yeah. Oh, well,
he's just like, I'm going to go instead and fight this guy.
No. He just didn't get in the car right before they left. And his favorite driver just drove the car without him. And so you can actually see from one side of the highway, this guy, Putin's coming this way. This guy just, boom, just right out through the median, smashed.
Smoked him?
Just smashed their car. The official presidential car. Smashed it.
Wow.
Killed the driver.
Was there a dummy or anybody in the back, or was it just the driver?
I think it was just. I don't know. To be honest with you, I
rough.
think it was just the driver.
Yeah,
and that was his favorite one. Putin's pissed. That was his favorite guy.
He suggested we do something about the NWO and Illuminati again. I told him, definitely Illuminati again. Illuminati, I think, was our first show, right?
Yeah, that was our worst show,
so
probably.
horrible.
We should do a redo on the Illuminati. We should actually revisit a few episodes
We're gonna have to. So let's move over, I guess, and then the more goofy side of cryptozoology, the more legendary, more legendary, not just the leprechaun.
The unicorn.
I give unicorn more credence than a leprechaun. Almost.
What about a Pegasus?
No, I don't think there's any. That's like Greek mythology. There.
A Pegasus, for those who don't know, and I'm sure y'all do, it's just a horse with wings.
Y'all do.
Y'all know about the Pegasus? It's got wings.
It's got wings. It's cool. It's got hooves and wings.
It's got wings.
It's like a bird horse. Did you ever see like the old Columbia TriStar, where the fucking Pegasus would come?
Oh yeah.
Before the movie,
the intro to the movies. Yeah,
that was pretty neat. So dragons is another one.
Yeah, but think about how big of an asshole a unicorn would be. Like, do you hunt with that?
Does a narwhal hunt with it?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know. I know a narwhal's got the spike, but
I would think if no other creatures hunt with their horns. Do rhinos? Do deer? Who else?
No, but they use them for defense and offense for sure. Rhinos
fair.
And deer and
deer.
and,
That's true. They
and
do that
bulls.
Whole clankety clank.
Yeah, and you know what? Pretty much anything with horns uses as for defense and offense.
And why the hell else would you have a horn? There's got to be a reason that animal is stuck around and it's the horn's still there.
What movie was it where they cut the unicorn's horn off? Legend. Yeah.
God, beautiful movie.
Oh, man.
Well, who was it? Tom Cruise.
Nostalgia right there,
Mia,
baby.
Sarah. And you know who played the devil?
Tim Curry.
Yeah, I didn't think you knew that.
Tim Curry.
What was another role you probably found out recently that he did and didn't realize when we were younger?
He was in Clue. He was in...
of course he was in Clue. He's been in a lot of movies like that. But I'm talking another makeup role. It was big. You've seen this movie 40 times.
Hit me with it.
It.
He was.
He was Pennywise, man.
Damn it, you're right. You know they're making a remake of that.
Yeah, have you seen the concept? Looks pretty creepy.
Really?
Yeah, they're actually.
Dude, that was scary as shit when we were kids.
Man, beep beep, Richie.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man, I just.
We all float.
Yeah, man. Dude, I know we're going off topic again, but this is a weird Thursday night episode.
Right.
Do you know in the book?
Everett's been drinking and shit. I don't know what's going on.
I was drinking earlier today whenever I was doing another podcast. It was probably 1 o'clock.
Really?
We usually drink whiskey on that one.
You can't be drinking during the middle of the day.
Well, that's how we roll here at LMG.
Right.
Anyway, where was I? What was I talking about?
Talking about the leprechaun.
No, we weren't talking about the leprechaun.
Vampires. Werewolves.
No, we were talking about It. Oh, in the original It. We're way off again. That's we got off.
That's what we do, man.
True.
That's what we do.
We all call this show side discussion or side talk. This is real talk.
Random tangents.
Okay, I better go back this before I quit or before I. Oh, God damn it!
You already forgot, didn't you?
No, the movie It. When they were kids and they originally beat It down in the sewers. You know?
Right.
In the book, every one of the kids had sex with the girl. Not even kidding. Her idea.
Why?
I guess the power of that was enough to... Stephen King is why. The weird son of a bitch.
For real?
I shit you not. Look it up. But you can easily find...
God, that would have made the movie a little bit more interesting.
Are you kidding me? It's child porn. That's creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah, but not when we're 8.
You know what I just figured out?
Huh.
We stopped right in the middle of our 10 list of what makes...
Yeah, but
makes a cryptid.
To be honest, though, that list was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't very good. It was like the same thing over and over.
Yeah, he even classifies mythical animals with a zoological basis, and they're like the griffin.
Oh, the griffin's a cool animal. That's just like a flying eagle.
It's got the head of an eagle, the body of a lion, I think.
Is that what it is?
And the wings of
that
an
makes
eagle.
sense. That makes sense.
I think.
A griffin.
What was the Gryffindor and the Hufflepuff? No, there was some sort of
Peter
animal.
Griffin?
Did you ever watch? You never watched Harry Potter, did you? Not one of them. Did you?
Gosh, no.
They had a big animal that was similar to that in there. Griffledick or something. I don't know.
Griffledick, huh?
Griffledick, yeah.
Is that what it was
I'll
called?
stand by the Griffledick.
Griffledick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, my favorite one. I can't believe I didn't get to number 10 on the list here. Known hoaxes or probable misidentifications was his number 10. Like the jackalope.
The jackalope. Yeah, okay.
So the jackalope, for those of you not familiar, it's generally like another southwestern creature. But I saw them, I think, as far north as South Dakota, even in like in a shop. It's a rabbit with antlers. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. A rabbit with deer-like antlers. So the other day, I'm sitting around thinking about the jackalope and how funny the jackalope was. And I came up with the idea of the greater jackalope. Basically, you take a kangaroo and you stick some fucking antlers on it.
And it's a jackalope to the...
That's the greater jackalope. There's a jackalope and greater jackalope.
No, you're just making shit up.
Fuck, what do you think the jackalope originally was? It's completely a hoax. Everybody knows the jackalope is like a hoax. But you know what I was just thinking that makes me think of? What's that weird fucking creature that lives down in Australia? It's got the flippers, but it's got a beak, but it's like a mammal.
A platypus?
Platypus. People thought that shit was made up completely. They thought
really? A duck-billed platypus?
When they first brought that to science or whatever, at first look, they're like, you just sewed a bunch of animals together. That is not real, because it's a marsupial. It's got a duck bill. It's got flippers.
It is kind of fucking weird, right?
But it's a mammal.
It can't be a marsupial and a mammal.
Bullshit. Marsupials are mammals because they have mammary glands. The mammary glands are inside the pouch.
Marsupial is the pouch.
Right, the mammary glands are down in the pouch.
So, really? So there's nipples down and that's how they feed?
Yeah, why do you think they're in there? They don't come out and... Ooh, you know what?
Sense.
That makes me think the thylacine. I think the thylacine was also a... I want to verify that real quick. I think it was a marsupial.
The thylacine?
Yeah, you know, the Tasmanian tiger?
Uh-huh.
We were just talking about that, man.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Thylacine. We were just talking about it.
I said I know what you're talking about.
I'm just messing with you. Marsupial? Let's see. Google says... It doesn't say anything about that.
That's because Google's bullshit.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, maybe it ain't.
Yeah, it was a large carnivorous marsupial, now believed to be extinct.
Cool.
And what makes me think of that, though, is the movie The Howling 4, where those people were apparently, like, were thylacines. They had the whole thing going on with the pouch babies.
They did. Wait a minute. So, like, they were all hairy bellies and stuff?
Dude, there's some real weird imagery in your head right now, isn't
Yeah, there is. Gosh, I haven't seen that in so long. Literally 20 years I haven't seen that movie.
We got to get a copy
Hairy
of it.
belly pouches and stuff?
Maybe it's on YouTube. We're going to have to find a copy of that weird movie.
That was weird.
I think I've seen all the Howlings, at least up through 4. Maybe I stopped at 4, but...
If not, it was probably a good time.
What other good werewolf movies while we're thinking about it?
Werewolf movies are few and far between, man. There's not really very many.
There was Werewolf and It, but it was. Remember Richie? One of his things he was scared of, or was it Stan? I think it was Stan.
It was Stan. But yeah, there's not really very many good.
What was it? Underworld?
Werewolf movies.
You said good though.
You said good, exactly. Yeah. You know, a lot of people that has a big following, but a lot of people like that Underworld. I'm not into it too much.
Well, there's the original, The Werewolf or whatever, with Wolfman. That's what it was. Wolfman with Lon Chaney.
Wolfman, yeah.
American Werewolf in London.
Wahoo! Werewolves of London.
Here's a good one. Gary Busey.
Gary Busey's definitely
Corey
cryptid.
Haim. He is a cryptid.
Gary Busey's cryptid for sure.
But Silver Bullet, based on Stephen King movie or book. It was Corey Haim. He was in a wheelchair, and his uncle Gary Busey
saw that ever.
Built him a badass, like motorized wheelchair, like gas powered.
Literally,
they called it
never.
the Silver Bullet. And the town preacher turned out to be a werewolf. And one night while he's out, getting down on his
Silver Bullet wheelchair.
Right, he's out shooting off some fireworks too that he gave him, and the werewolf was out, hunting. And Corey Haim's like, "Oh shit, there's something over there." So he shoots one of these fireworks that hits it right in the eye, gets away. Anyway, the next day at church or whatever, the preacher, eye patch.
Oh, okay, probably decent movie then.
It was pretty good, man. It was based on Stephen King, or it was a Stephen King book. I guess Van Helsing. Did you ever see that? It was horrible.
Yeah, no, that wasn't bad. Hugh Jackman.
It's horrible, dude.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
We're gonna fight over that one.
I thought that one wasn't too bad. I like Hugh Jackman. Period. He's good in a lot of movies.
Yeah, Underworld movies. Which I didn't really like those. Yeah, I'm having trouble coming up with any more decent.
Like I said, Wolfman movies are few and far between.
For decent ones. Oh,
what?
The biggest werewolf movie you will ever like in your life.
What? Oh, Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, for real. I forgot all about that. That's a great movie.
Hello, Dad.
Yeah.
Not this time, Dad.
Open those doors.
Scott Howard, this is your father speaking.
He was so pissed, dude. He opens the door, and his dad's
all gray wolfed out.
His dad's a werewolf, too.
He's like, so what? I'm fucking a gray werewolf. You're a little brown werewolf. Get used to it. Quit being an emo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's so emo in that movie.
Yeah, he was. Apparently, the werewolves innately good at basketball is what that movie taught me.
Mm-hmm. And they can dance. And they get the girl.
True. Well, he got the girl and it was like, I don't
Whichever
even like
one
you.
he wanted.
That's right. What else about that movie was weird? He was able to turn into a werewolf whenever he wanted.
Yeah, he could. What do they call that? Transmute,
I guess.
Whatever. He could change.
Transform, I guess.
No, what'd they call it in the sparkly vampire movie? When they changed into the werewolves, they called it.
I did watch each of those except the last one. I did watch them once just so I could know what I'm making fun of.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it to the last one. They were horrible.
I watched them all. The old lady liked them. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
they called that whenever he morphed into the werewolf. He jumped,
I can see
morphed,
that.
whatever.
Yeah. So
wouldn't that be cool though? A werewolf, like an actual human werewolf. That'd be neat.
I would think so. So
be dangerous, but neat.
You can't think about werewolves without thinking about vampires.
Right.
So
is that cryptid though? Because we're never thinking that those really exist.
We moved over kind of the legendary creature side here. So the vampire myth starts in Romania or something, Transylvania with Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler, yeah.
If you read Bram Stoker's Dracula, it goes over the whole Vlad the Impaler thing, I believe. I don't know. I've only seen the movie with Keanu and Gary.
I think he's like ninth cousins to Dick Cheney.
Could be
Vlad the Impaler. I swear that's no joke. He's related to the presidents.
Well, that's fucking crazy.
I'll bring the infographic next week and show you.
Yeah, apparently he was a pretty badass warlord or something. Put people's heads on stakes and eventually blah-diddy-blah becomes
He
a
was
vampire.
mean.
Long story short, though, there's been vampires in modern culture. Like in the past 10 years, it's been huge. From stuff like what was that movie you were just talking about?
Twilight. Yeah.
True Blood. Did you watch that on HBO?
No, that wasn't my thing.
It was pretty good.
Really?
And
that's all vampire too.
No, there's werewolves and shit in that actually too, and fairies and other types of weird creatures too.
It's cryptid.
I would say it's more legendary. Like I said before, I don't buy the whole fairies or cryptids, but I guess if you listen to old what's his brain, I don't know,
old boy,
shitshow.com, Eberhardt, yeah, I guess they are cryptids.
George M. Eberhardt.
So vampire movies, best shits ever. I mean, we'll start out easy.
Interview with the Vampire.
That's a good one. How many times have you seen that? I've probably seen it 50 times.
5.
Oh man, I love
probably
that
a
movie.
handful of times.
Lost Boys.
That's hands down. Don't even need to name anymore.
No way. What about?
Don't even need to name anymore. Lost Boys is the best.
That was great. I just watched that recently too. You know, it had Bill S. Preston Esquire in it. He was
yeah,
Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about From Dusk Till Dawn?
God, yeah, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, go back.
Wait a minute. From Dusk Till Dawn was a great movie.
So I'm gonna step it up again because I know this one's gonna hit you right where it counts. Blade.
Blade's good.
Wow.
Blade's good. Blade's good, but Blade's not From Dusk Till Dawn or what'd you say right before that?
Lost Boys.
Lost
sorry.
Boys. Yeah, it's not that. It's not that level. Blade's good, but it's not that level.
Did you ever see the old school Nosferatu? It was like 1930s. It was like the classic like pointy ears, like
Lon Chaney looking vampire?
No, I think it was Max von Sydow or something that who played him. But anyway, yeah, he was the creepy, like almost goblin-esque looking vampire. That's what they used to think they were kind of like. They look just like humans these days, even sparkly.
Yeah, sparkly. Imagine
about-
that glitter.
What about Buffy the Vampire Slayer? The show? Or
No, the movie was better than the show.
Had
But
Luke
the movie,
Perry.
yeah, had Luke Perry.
So,
Beverly Hills.
did you ever see John Carpenter's Vampires with James Woods? I think it was James Woods.
Yeah, James Woods was in that, but man, maybe one or two times, 15, 20 years ago.
I think it had that Jason Scott Lee in it. Not Jason Lee, but Jason Scott Lee. He was in the Jungle Book, one of the adaptations of that. I don't know. It was pretty good. It was like one of those movies you watch on Cinemax. Here's a good one we watched with a bunch when we were kids. Jim Carrey movie. You know what I'm thinking yet? Vampire movie, Jim Carrey.
Once Bitten.
Once Bitten.
Once Bitten. That was a pretty good one.
He was like he played a teenager, so you could tell how long.
Yeah,
ago
and then
that
like
was.
so like the MILF wanted him. The MILF vampire wanted him.
I wouldn't call her MILF, more like cougar.
Cougar. There
Cougar's a
you go. Cougar.
better term.
Right. Yeah, she was about 50.
Yeah, at least
50,000.
50,000. Okay, what other vamp movies were there? Salem's Lot. I remember that when we were kids. You probably don't remember that too
No,
well.
I don't know that one.
Vampire in Brooklyn. That was a horrible Eddie Murphy
No.
movie.
I've had that on DVD and never watched it.
Yeah, well, you didn't miss nothing. Ooh, Queen of the Damned. So that's a pseudo sequel to Interview with the Vampire. It was written by Anne Rice. It was based on the novel.
I've
by
never
Rice.
seen Queen of the
Now,
Damned.
the movie itself apparently wasn't too close to the books. And I'm going to be honest, I only actually read The Vampire Lestat, which was it takes place before and kind of during Interview with the Vampire, because the Interview with the Vampire was about Louis the Vampire, who was a friend of Lestat's for many years, but eventually they had a falling out. But it was all about Lestat's life from France way back in the 1700s, all the way up to modern times, where he becomes a rock star. He outs vampires and pisses vampires off.
Really?
The Queen of the Damned comes back, Akasha. She's like the original vampire, and then that storyline, they were Egyptian king and queen who were cursed by a witch, I believe it was.
Uh-huh.
And she falls basically like not in love with Lestat because, you know, she's the Queen of the Damned. She doesn't love anyone. She's like a god almost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but eventually they kill the bitch. Long story short, it was pretty good. You'd have to check it out. It had some good music. It was all done by Jonathan Davis. You know who that is?
Korn.
Korn, that's right. It was so, you know, it was his whole kind of not really electronic, but industrial.
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah. Sounded like grinders and vacuums.
For real, like I could be on a construction site. All right, what are passing up werewolves here, or not werewolves, vampires? What else you got for that type of stuff?
Man, I
What-
don't
what
have a
comes
whole
to
lot.
Zombies, I guess, count.
Zombies.
Well, that,
Eh,
that's not a cryptid.
No,
that's fucking a monster.
That's pop culture. Let's be completely honest about things. Zombies have never been a thing, and I don't know that they will be a thing. As much as people want them to be.
I would say it is more likely to have something like a rage virus, which, you know, you could kind of count like zombies. But they're not going to live like zombies, like reanimated corpses. Like
No,
The Walking
no,
Dead.
yeah. In our traditional sense of a zombie, no.
No.
I'm not going.
Foo Fighters, I believe, are legendary creatures. No, they're real. They're real.
Dave Grohl.
They've been proven real.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Real bad.
You don't like the Foo Fighters? Wow.
Yeah,
Goblins. Oh, Shadow People, but that was more like the ghost.
Yeah,
type
that's
of thing.
ghosts. Yeah, the shadow people.
I don't know. I'm kind of running out of examples of stuff here.
Yeah, I mean this cryptozoology is a little weird, man.
Well, it's not really. It's weird and it's huge, but most of your examples are real regional. It's like, you know, the 3 towns over, they got the telling of their version of the pig creature. You know, man bear pig.
Right.
Did you watch South Park?
Yeah, man, bear. I don't watch South Park, but I've seen that
You
one.
know, and, okay. Do you know
Man bear
about
pig, yeah.
the tree 50? Don't you get that Loch Ness Monster? No
Tree
goddamn
fitty.
free tree 50.
Tree fitty. Yeah.
That was great. It was Chef's parents before they killed Chef off.
I didn't know that that's where that originally came from, but that's all over Reddit.
Yeah,
All
it's
over
pretty
Reddit.
funny.
Yeah, that's all over Reddit.
I don't know. You got anything else you want to say about?
I want to say I'm sorry for not doing as much research as I should have this week. I've been sick.
It happens, man. I think people will understand. I think they're going to
We
appreciate.
hope. We love you.
I hope they appreciate the fact that even though you're sick, you were off most of today. You had to leave work sick.
I left work at 9 this morning.
You still
sick.
came in, and we delivered a show for everybody.
I'm
so.
hot. I'm sweating right now. You guys can't tell, but I'm sick.
It could be just the studio though. It's kind of hot in here.
It's not the studio.
You know what I've neglected the entire time we've been on? Oh shit, we've had a lot of people watching on
How many's a lot?
Well, 4. Our YouTube
That's a lot for us.
on a Thursday night. Whenever we didn't give much,
No notice. We gave like 6 minutes notice.
So it's mostly JB.
What's up, Jay?
What's up, JB? Theoluba Clinton, he's talking some crazy stuff here. Silver Bullet was the best werewolf movie ever, he says. I agree. What about angels? Is that considered cryptozoology? No.
No, I'm not going to say no, too. I don't agree with angels being
It's closer to ghosts, but you have to almost put it as a mythical creature. Well, then you almost could put it as, because vampires works.
Religious bullshit.
See, you don't know.
No, I don't.
I used to be, when I was younger, so quick to be like, anybody who believes in God is a fucking moron. And
I don't say that at all.
I can't think that way at all anymore. I don't.
No. If you have to believe in something to help you get through the day, who am I to tell you that's wrong?
I don't even think that, because it's not beyond what anybody else believes. I myself cannot discount. Just like I can't discount the fact that there might be a Bigfoot. Just because we haven't seen it.
Right. Fair enough.
And
that's crazy, because as much as I'm into conspiracies, I really can't get behind the God conspiracy. Yeah. And I'm into conspiracies, man. I like them. You all know this. This is my thing. I just, I don't know, man. That one's not for me.
It's not really, I don't know. I'm not saying that the Christians are right, or maybe they are. There's no way to prove it. We're not going to know.
Who knows who's right? Islam, Judaism, Christianity? We don't know. Hinduism?
Until we die.
No one knows.
If there's an answer at all when you die, that's when you'll know.
And then you'll never be able to tell anyone else.
Which is why I think if there is life after death, and I've said it before on the show, is the greatest conspiracy of all time, because it's being kept from us, the living, more or less. If people know about it, or
right. So you have to die to know that.
Well, says you asshole.
Well, if it's life after death, I would think you'd have to die.
Just to get there, sure. Not to enjoy it, sure, but not to know about it.
Okay, but here, how are you going to know about it if no one can be alive after they're dead to tell you about it?
What about people who have partially died? See, that's why we got
bring them back.
Well, people who've died for like 4 minutes, and like the movie Flatliners. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, that was weird. That was a long time ago.
It was a good.
They put them under so that they could like.
They didn't put them under. They fucking killed them. They put chemicals in their body that killed them, stopped their heart. They put them, like, got them real cold. And then after like 3 or 4 minutes, they heat them back up, give them CPR, zap them, bring them back to life, save their life, and all so they can experience what was just after you die. But we got a show I've been wanting to do, and I've been wanting to do it for about 2 months. Life after death.
Well, I mean, let's put it on the list, man.
It is on the list. God damn it, it's on the list. Look at the list. So we can go through and we can research what a whole bunch of, it sounds like a horrible amount of work, but research what all
I've actually researched life after death a lot. I've got a lot of crazy good theories on that, man. I really do.
I'd be surprised that almost everybody has at one point wondered, and probably even typed in Google or something similar.
What happens?
Asked a preacher or anybody they consider that might know. What happens when you die? That's one of the first questions when you're a kid and you think about, and you learn about death. Well, what happens when you die?
The worms eat you is what you think, I mean.
I don't know what I remember thinking as a kid, but it's a question that I think consumes most people their entire life, and it becomes more important of a question the older you get.
Yeah, it's more and more pertinent as you get older.
It's more on the tip of your mind, huh?
Right. Well, so let's hype next week's show.
Doesn't take a lot of hype. I mean, you've
I'm
been
excited
hyping it for weeks now.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing the recording on Sunday, which is of course
Sunday is going to be
the
15th anniversary of 9/11, and I know everybody knows what that is. So. That 9/11 is the conspiracy that got me into conspiracies. It's what made me start thinking that things weren't how I was told they were.
I've been going,
and we plan on doing a 5-parter on Sunday. So
let's go back here and do a little bit more about me and you and our history together with conspiracy stuff. 2-3 years ago, totally different landscape between me and Eric. On the conspiracy talk stuff. He used to send me text messages or Facebook messages with little snippets about bullshit conspiracy. I'm like, my God. I love my brother, but he's fucking retarded. No, I can't believe he believes this stuff.
Some of that's you just got to research it though.
That's the thing. I let a lot of it go just as like it's crackpot. I really don't give a shit either which way.
Right.
And I still don't. I mean, I'm not an asshole that way. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on we don't know about, but at this point, what can I do about it? So that I've kind of had a laissez-faire attitude. Like, if I can't do shit about it, what do I care?
Right.
Any which way, especially 9/11, I've been looking into lately. Starting with Flight 77, hitting the Pentagon. I don't want to get ahead of it, but that shit's crazy. There wasn't no fucking plane anywhere there. They showed some wreckage that went into the second ring.
I got so much on 77.
So anyway, let's not blow our proverbial wad here, but Sunday we're going to be doing the
Sunday's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Most of our people are going to be listening to this tomorrow and Saturday. So Sunday 9/11, if you're listening,
on
join
the 15th
in on
anniversary
on YouTube and be ready to download on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to do 5 parts. We're going to do, we're going to do the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, World Trade Center 7, an intro, the money, corruptions, inconsistencies.
You say 5-part show. Let's not
5 parts for sure.
Okay, sir. There goes our Sunday.
Maybe 4.
Maybe I wanted to go to church.
No, you didn't.
Well, maybe I did. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
All right, well, I guess let's start a little outros here. One thing we always got to do is tell you that our show is always sponsored by audible.com, audibletrial.com/surreal.
Yeah, get your 30-day free audio trial and audiobook download.
Audible trial.
Audiobook download.
Wow, together we will get through this.
Maybe.
So Amazon's a thing. If you ever shop there, you can show us some love by going to surrealtalkpodcast.com/Amazon.
Click the banner.
Well, no, I've actually set up a link now. You don't need to click anything.
No more banners?
It's still there.
Oh.
You can go to surrealtalkpodcast.com, click on the Amazon banner, and it'll take you right to Amazon, ready, primed to be, using our affiliate code. But you can also type in surrealtalkpodcast.com/Amazon, and it'll forward you right to Amazon with our stuff already entered. So,
man, that's awesome. That's so much easier.
I also set it up for Audible. So go to surrealtalk.com or surrealtalkpodcast.com/audible. Boom, right to our.
I like that we have Audible here because the people that listen to us are listening to a podcast,
right?
And so Audible is audiobooks.
Well, that's one reason Audible likes to support podcasts.
Right, fair enough.
So if you ever go on a road trip, it's great to listen to an audiobook. One time, me and April, we drove up to New Hampshire from St. Louis, which is about a 21, 22, 23-hour drive anyway, depending on how many times you stop. Blah blah blah. We listened to The Fall of Reach by Eric Nyland.
Great movie. Great book. I listened to audio on that on YouTube, the audiobook.
Right. I think that's where we listened to it, too. I wish I would have actually, and I'm going to. That's it. I'm making a pledge to you, Eric Nyland. I'm going to buy your audiobook because it entertained us the whole way. Actually, it was even longer.
Great.
Fall of Reach.
It was like 9 hours, the audiobook was.
It was longer than that.
Oh, not the one I listened to.
Well, I even read the book on this one. So it's about, for those of you who know me and Eric at all or have listened, you know that we play Halo, the video game on Xbox. It's basically like the origin story to the first Halo game. Like, where did the Spartans come from? They were children who were kidnapped at the age of 6 years old, taught from that early age nothing but military strategy and exercise and
everything that they needed to be
indoctrination.
Yeah, soldiers.
And by the time they're 14 years old, their bodies have been prepared. And why they were kidnapped too? They were genetically superior. There was genetic.
That's why they kidnapped these individual children because they were the most genetically superior people at that point in time
in the human part of the galaxy.
Oh, hey, so Lineup Media is sponsoring or maybe co-affiliating with UMG, right?
Not UMG, God,
I mean
no.
UGC. I'm sorry,
UMG. That you're fired.
Is that a?
It's competitors.
Oh gosh,
and
UGC.
It's a sore subject. Anyway, UGC.
Really?
UGC. We're going to be doing. It's the Open Series. We're going to be holding tournaments near St. Louis in Collinsville, Illinois. Coming up near the end of October is a Halo 5 Open tournament where we got right now is a $25,000 prize pool.
Yeah. So if you play Halo, man, get down here to Collinsville.
Not even just that. There's going to be crowdfunding to support it. If you go to ugcevents.com, you can see on the front page for the crowdfunding for it. So we've got shirts featuring the Master Chief, which are 343 licensed.
Uh-huh.
So buy some shirts and goes to increase the prize pool to help out all the people who, really love to play the game, the pros and even the amateurs that show up and try to show up and support the games.
So that's different stuff that's Lineup's got going on.
Well, that's for Halo. We're also doing Overwatch, which is another big game that we're going to do that one, I believe, on PC. We're doing a Street Fighter 5 tournament.
Really?
We're doing one other item. Hadouken, indeed.
Yoga, fire.
Oh, Smash Brothers. That's the big one.
Super Smash Brothers.
That's huge. That's apparently one of the biggest.
It's a big game.
We're giving away $40,000 in the prize pool for that.
For Super Smash Brothers?
For Super Smash Brothers. So check out ugcevents.com. You can also check out lineupmedia.fm if you're in podcasts, which if you're listening to this, you probably are.
Yeah.
Lineup Media is the group that pretty much sponsors this podcast.
Lineupmedia.fm.
Let's just use the studio. I actually work at Lineup Media during the day. They got all kinds of good podcasts from anything from sports. If you're into sports, not a lot of our people probably are. I get that feeling.
Yeah.
We've got ones with women's issues. We've got
youth baseball, Armenia Proud.
Yeah, if your kids are into baseball or if you're a coach maybe listening, Youth Baseball Talk is done by a great guy named Jim Cromer. He's been a long-time father and baseball coach. He's got a lot of good views on how, just exactly how you should, raise a kid and raise a team, basically. MMA is another good one. LineupMMA.com.
Yeah.
is hosted by Sean Wheelock, who is a Bellator announcer.
Yeah.
Joe Warren and Ben Askren, who were both former
Ben
champions.
Affleck?
No, not Ben Affleck, not Batfleck. Ben Askren. He's the current ONE FC Fighting Championship champion.
Really?
Like middleweight, I believe.
Right.
He's supposedly the best fighter not in the UFC.
I watched Dominic Cruz kill a ninja today.
Kill a ninja, huh?
Yeah.
I'll have to
Guy
Google
come
that.
into his gym talking crap. Dominic Cruz tore him down. It was good.
So what else we got here? We got Toast to Armenia with my good friend Jono. It's you know where Armenia is. It's right next to Iran. It's a Middle Eastern country.
Yes, sir.
He does a lot of stuff that's just based on the or talks about the Armenian community, celebrities in the Armenian community. I don't listen to a lot of it. I'm not Armenian, so it doesn't interest me. But if you're Armenian, he's got thousands upon thousands of people listen to him every week.
Really?
He's a real nice guy. I love his work. I'm also on another podcast with him called Ocho Man's Behind the Eight Ball. Now, that's a little bit of a weird. We talk kind of politics and current events and everyday Armand. You know, Armand comes through here.
Uh-huh.
He tells us who died this day in history. God fucking
Really?
knows. Oh, today in 1512, it was Leonardo died. Did you know that? Who died? You didn't know that? Oh, you're stupid. Armand cracks me up. He's a good guy. So, ochoman.com. Check that out. Anyway, you go to lineupmedia.fm. We're droning on here and check out some of the podcasts.
It's a great network. There's a lot of good shows on it. A lot of different stuff happening in the future for us. But I got to say it again. Tune in next week because I'm super excited for 9/11, man. I want to get this information out to you guys. This is something I've been, like I said, this brought me in. It's brought me into the conspiracy world, and ever since we started doing this podcast, when Everett asked me if I wanted to help him do this, I was like, yeah, definitely. I said, and he's like, well, what shows you want to do? 9/11. I mean, that's the conspiracy right there. That's
of our time, anyway.
Yeah. So.
I guess that's it. Let's shut her down.
All right, man. Well, everybody, it's been
Hopefully
great.
we'll see you Sunday. Otherwise, catch you.
No,
on the
we will see you. You better tune in on Sunday, man. I'm serious about this. This is a big one.
Otherwise, we'll catch you in download land.
Yeah. All right.
We're out.
Have a
See you
good one.
later.
Thank you.